So you want to go to Costa Rica, but you don't know how much it costs. Well, I got you. Costa Rica is an amazing place where you meet other travelers from every corner of the globe. It's one of the most popular travel destinations in the world, and it's surprisingly inexpensive overall. So let's get started. Same as my other travel cost videos, we're going to start with flights. Low season for traveling to Costa Rica is from May to November. Therefore, I've chosen November 3rd to 13th, 2022, a somewhat random date a few months in the future for this research, and I gotta say these flight prices are kind of weird. So a round trip flight from LAX to San Jose, $500, and this one is actually direct flights both ways. Round trip from Houston, $400, from JFK in New York is also $400, from Seattle is $750, from Chicago is $400, from Calgary is $600, from Sao Paulo, Brazil is $700, from London, England, $700, from Hong Kong, China, if you feel like coming all the way over here, $2,000. Feel like coming all the way here from Melbourne, Australia, it's gonna be $1,800. So I chose these places because they're pretty scattered, half of them being in the US, because I figure most people going there are probably from the US because it's the easiest flight. So now that you've landed in Costa Rica, now is a great time to learn about the currency. In Costa Rica they use colones. Exchange rates change over time, but at the moment of making this video, the exchange rate is 670 Costa Rican colones to $1 US. All prices in this video will be in USD, but some things will include the colones rate also, because those numbers are the ones that I got used to and remember better from my trip. So next up is housing and accommodations. When I stayed in Costa Rica for 2 weeks, I was staying with local host families that were provided through the company I was volunteering with, so I didn't get to see these prices firsthand. However, majority of the people that I met there had just come from a local hostel or one in another city. Hostels in Costa Rica are usually priced between $15 and $25 a night. Hotels have a much bigger price range though, but you can find one for as cheap as $40 a night, all the way up to $400 plus per night, if you want to live in pampered luxury at a resort. Not really my thing, not gonna lie. So on to the fun part, food and alcohol. I'll tell you right now, this is one of the best parts of Costa Rica. The food is great and super cheap. A burger and fries in San Jose only costed 3,100 colones, around $5. A beer was only 1,200. A smoothie in Paris Mina was 1,700. A plate of the Costa Rican special, gallo pinto, was only about 2,000. And a large homemade pizza by a local family in Paris Mina was about 10,000, or around $15. Pretty similar to standard American pricing. Aside from the pizza, everything I ate on my entire trip was very inexpensive and pretty decent quality. Food in tourist cities like San Jose and Manuel Antonio are going to be a bit higher price than if you go somewhere in a small town, but honestly not that big of a difference. If you're used to American prices like me, you're going to love Costa Rica. I recommend budgeting around $20 per day for food if you want something basic, or $30 per day if you want something a bit fancier. As for transportation, you got some really good options here. The local buses in San Jose only cost like 50 cents, or a bus from San Jose to Siquirres, like I took, is still usually less than $5. Another option though is Uber. Technically Uber is illegal in Costa Rica since the government owns all of the taxis and they just want to monopolize on it. But that doesn't stop anybody from actually using it. You just have to sign up with an American credit card or debit card. I got a 15-minute Uber ride across downtown San Jose for only about $4. In other words, transportation is very easy and inexpensive here. So on to activities, this is where things change up a bit. Everything up until now has been very cheap, but Costa Rica is actually pretty expensive if you want to get the full experience. I took a full day tour of a coffee plantation, a volcano, animal sanctuary, and waterfalls for a total of $200. If you want to do something a little bit more well-known, in Manuel Antonio you can go for a canopy tour on the longest zip line in Central America for 90 bucks. And after doing research, I realized there's a very common trend for pricing all of the activities in Costa Rica. Most full-day activities are between $100 and $200, while 3 to 5 hour activities are usually around 60 bucks. If you don't want to pay for a tour wherever you're going, you can always just pay for your own entry and explore alone. It is significantly cheaper and more peaceful. In the country, there were a lot of things that caught my attention, a lot of tours that I wanted to do. There were ATV tours, hot spring tours, rafting, and even bungee jumping. But I didn't find a single one that was offered to me for less than $100. Just doing one activity isn't that bad, spending $100 for it. You might as well impulse while you're traveling. But if there's 5 or 6 of them that you want to do and they're all 150 bucks each, you could almost take another trip for that price. However, most activities that I'm talking about now in Costa Rica do include the transportation too, because most of them are day trips. So that explains why they're a little bit more expensive, but that's still a price tag that you have to pay up front. I think that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys found this helpful. Go check out my other videos on Costa Rica. Go check out my videos that I made on Belize. I have a lot more coming up soon. I'm going to Salt Lake City pretty soon. I'm going to Europe in January. Alright, hit subscribe so you get to go check out my future stuff. Don't forget to hit like if you really enjoyed it, and leave a comment. Ask me something if I forgot anything. I read every single comment on these videos. I'm still a pretty small channel. Let me know where your favorite vacation spot is. I need some recommendations. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.
Please like and subscribe and enjoy. Thank you.